Hi everyone, and welcome to today's episode with Dr. Okunola. We'll be talking on something that is highly important but that we often overlook, and that is hand washing hygiene. Do you know that 80% of infectious diseases are spread by our not constantly washing our hands on daily basis or following daily activities? When we wash our hands, do we wash our hands properly? Stick with me today while we'll look at how should we wash our hand, the mistakes we make when we wash our hands, the step-by-step of washing our hands, and the germs that are associated with not washing our hands or not washing our hands properly. Do you know that just tiny physics, just like a clip of a paper, contains trillions of germs? Let us make sure that we are not spreading them. Get ready as we dive in. Why is it important for us to wash our hands? Not just to make our hands clean, but at the end of it, to make us healthy. Unwashed hands will spread gastrointestinal infections, germs that has to do with our guts, with our stomach, with our intestines. Many times you hear people saying, oh, they have typhoid caused by Salmonella typhi. You find people having diarrhea, children having diarrhea, having dysentery. The result of you having diarrhea, dysentery, some other gastrointestinal infection could be from improperly washing your hands or from unwashed hands. Unwashed hands or unclean hands could also be associated with respiratory infections. Infection that has to do from our nose to our throat to our upper part, what you call your chest. People having cold, and this could be as a result when people sneeze, things you touching your nose, touching your mouth. People complain of having skin infections. This could also result from improperly washed hands or unclean hands. And the worst of it is when you keep taking antibiotics on the same infection, your body will get used to it, and that antibiotics will not function or will not really work properly. Science has shown that gastrointestinal infection could be reduced to up to 40% when we wash our hands properly. Respiratory infection too could be reduced up to 21% when we wash our hands properly. In other words, hand washing saves life. Let's look at some of the mistakes we make when we wash our hands. The time spent when washing our hands. Washing our hands without using soap. Not washing the tips of our fingers, the thumb properly. Not drying our hands after washing. And the worst of all, not washing our hands at all. Let us look at an experiment that emphasizes the importance of washing our hands. This experiment was carried out at the University of Ibadan, Department of Microbiology, specializing in environmental microbiology. And this was done in conjunction with Dr. Abimbola Adekombi. Let's see the reality of unwashed hand. You could see from the unwashed hand that you had growth, microorganisms growth. And from the washed hands, there was no growth. This experiment highlights the importance of washing our hands. Washing our hands regularly will reduce the number of microorganisms on our hands that could cause infection, that could cause diseases. So how do we wash our hands? We will see another experiment on how to wash our hands. First, you ensure that you wet your hand with running water. You switch off the tap for water sustainability. You put in the soap. After that, you rub your hands, your palm. You rub the back of your hands properly. After that, to wash the tips of your nails, you go this way. After that, you wash the thumb. You wash your thumb. Then you come back still to wash properly again the tips. You do likewise. After that, you switch on the tap, the running water, and wipe. Peradventure, if you are not wearing a long sleeve dress, before rinsing, you try to wash the wrist. After that, you get a wipe, and like a towel or serviette, and wipe dry and switch off the tap. What about situations where you do not have water or soap available? You can make use of sanitizer that contains 60% alcohol. Food Points family, let's give ourselves this challenge for the next 7 days by ensuring that we wash our hands daily. By ensuring that we wash our hands frequently. When should we wash our hands? You wash your hand before preparing food and after preparing food. Ensure you wash your hands immediately you use the restroom, what we call the toilet. Wash your hand when you are caring for anyone that is sick, when you change diapers, after coughing, after sneezing, or after blowing your nose. Wash your hand when you touch pets or animals. When you touch chicken, poultry, ensure that you wash your hand. And also, you've gone out and you get back home, the first thing for you is to wash your hands. This will minimize up to 80% of diseases and sicknesses that could be easily spread by unwashed hands. As a recap, we've learned on what science has to say on the importance of washing our hands. We've learned on how we should wash our hands. We've learned on if we don't wash our hands, what the result could be. So the Food Point family, while ending, let's have a 7-day challenge by washing our hand regularly. If you accept to do this, can you please signify in the comment section by indicating I accept. I still want to encourage you to keep subscribing. Share this to your loved ones. I expect more comments and like as we build this food pond family. Thank you. Hope to see you in the next session.